Recording now? Yeah, Yeah. All right. So let us do number 2 here. X squared plus 16x plus 71. In order to graph, we need to turn it into vertex form. Yeah. Well, not this one, but there will be graphing ones. So I'm just starting right away. I want to finish. So I'm going to complete the square. So the first thing I'm going to do, what I'm first going to do is separate the x's from the normal numbers. Put a pair of parentheses here. Does anyone remember what I put in here? Good. I'm going to do a plus c minus c on the outside because I got to keep balance. I'm going to do plus c on the inside minus c on the outside. So to find the actual c value, what we're going to do. Samson Stone, to Mr. Berger's office. Samson Stone and Mr. Berger. Go ahead, Samson. This is recorded. Don't sweat it. I'll post it later. So this one, I'll put it over here for now. Or you should have space, but I don't know me driving on it. You're going to find the c value. To find the c value, you're going to do b over 2 squared. The b value is always, and I repeat, always the number next to the x to the 1. So this number here. So 16 divided by 2 squared, which is 8 squared. 8 squared is 64. So this c value will become a 64 here. And this c value over here is going to be a minus 64. Now I'm going to simplify it. Y is equal to x plus 16x plus 64. Good. I'm going to factor it out. And I purposely picked the number so it'll be perfect. 64 is 8 times 8. 16 is 8 plus 8. Yes. X plus 8 squared. Over here, 71 minus 64. 7. Good. Plus 7. All right.
Wait.
Go ahead. This is the old review pack. I'm doing number 2. And then later I'll post all the answers. This is the final equation. And now we're going to get the answer from it. What? This is the one I gave out Thursday. Minus 71 minus 64. You minus c on the outside. So here we're going to get all our information. The vertex. Remember when you take the x value of the vertex, it flips. So it's not positive 8, but negative 8. Comma. This value over here, which is 7. You don't flip the k. Axis symmetry. It's always going to be x equals negative 8. Now your y-intercept. Your y-intercept, you need to figure out what happens when you make all the x's 0. You can use the new formula, but look at the old formula. If I use x equals 0,
It's just going to be 71.
I'm going to cross this out. I'm going to cross this out. So what's left? If I plug in x equals 0 here, it's just the x of the vertex. It always is that. Good. I'm going to get 71 because I cross out all the x's. Hey, what's left over? 71. You could plug in 0 into here. You get 8 squared. 8 squared is 64. 64 plus 7, 71. So you can plug x into 0 in either equation. You'll still get the answer. What's up? Y plus 71? 71 is your y-intercept, yeah. You could write 0, comma 71 if you want. Yeah, that's fine. What's up? X-intercept. So x-intercept, I'm going to set this equal to 0. So 0 equals x plus 8 squared plus 7. We're going to solve this. So I'm going to subtract 7 on both sides. But do I run into an issue? Okay, I'm going to square root. Well, what's my issue? It's a negative. It's minus 7. So because it's a negative, you have no real roots. So there's no real roots. You can put null. No, you put null. 0 is the actual number. You're going to put no real roots. or the null symbol, which is 0 of a line through it.
Can you just write that out?
What is that? NO? No? I guess so. Yeah, you could just write no. Right do not exist. Something better than the no. It's always your C value over here, yes. Because when you flip it to the other side, it was a square root of a negative. Not necessarily. I'm going to give you a really fake one. So like something like if you had 0 equals, let's say, x plus 3 squared minus 4, let's say. You plus 4 on both sides. Remember, when you square root, what would you do? Plus or minus 2 first. X minus 3. Then you plus 3, so you would get 5 and 1. You would get 5 and 1. You got 2 answers there, okay?
For which? Wait, so you write no real numbers?
No real, no, you write no roots, no x-intercepts.
I write no real numbers.
That's fine. I'd like to zero the line. Just no, yeah, you could write that. This is kind of like,
Can I just write no solution?
no, it's not a solution. There's no roots. So no solution would be like the wrong verbiage. No real numbers is fine. Sammy wasn't here. Ellie was here. Yes, Elaine was here. Jess wasn't here. That's what we. Jenna was there. Yeah, is there a remote? Zero wasn't here. Zero was here. Wasn't here. Echo.
How many formulas are on this test?
I mean, other than the vertex form, I'm not sure. I'm trying to think. I'll think about it as I do it. All right, next one, we're going to do number 2 here. Write an equation with the vertex of this and the point that passes through that. I should just read it out. -2, 5, and passes through the point 1, -13. That's the only thing you actually care about for this information. I will give you the equation here. In the test, I will give you the equation. Y equals A x minus h squared plus k. That should not look new to you. You will get this next to this question. Because I got to tell you which way I want you to write it. So technically I got to give you this. Because you could technically write a standard form, which is, it's harder, but you could technically do it like that. Yeah, you will get this, I tell you. All right, so we're going to graph this. This y might be a f of x. That's the only difference, maybe. Either way, same thing mathematically. We're going to plug in these 2 points, 1 and -13. 1, -13 is your x, y. And the points of your vertex, -2, 5, what letters will that be? H and K. So you're only missing your, we have to find the A value. That's the thing we're looking for.
Wait, I thought it doesn't matter which one you label X or Y or H, okay?
Yes, it does, because then H should be always the one in the inside, and that's the one with the vertex, okay?
No, I'm saying number wise, like the points. Because the one before you said that the second one was X and Y.
Yeah, the second one is next to Y. It passes through this point. The vertex is H and K every time. So vertex will be H and K. The point that passes through.
You wrote that 113.
Okay, then
You just wrote it wrong.
my fault. Okay.
You wrote it opposite.
Okay, so can we just remember for on the test that it's like in alphabetical order? Like 2 is.
No, remember vertex is H and K, and the point that passes through is X and
I
Y.
was confused. You wrote
Vertex is H and K.
You wrote 1 and -13 first, even though -2 and 5 was.
Yeah, I don't, it's because it's X and Y. It doesn't matter. Like, it's just,
I'm a little confused.
all right, fine. So we're going to plug in everything. -13 equals, I don't know what my A value is, so it stays A. X, I actually know, which is 1. Minus, I'll put it as -2. You could just put +2. You don't have to do that little bit step. Squared plus my K value, which is 5. I'm literally just plugging in and solving an equation. -13. 1 plus 2 is 3. What is 3 squared? So 9a plus 5. Now it's back to algebra 1. Minus 5 on both sides. -13. Oh, nope.
Wait, is that a 9 or an A?
9a.
No, above that.
Where? That's A. Minus 5 on both sides, negative 13 minus 5 should be a negative 18 equals 9a. Divided by 9 on both sides. Good. Your a value is negative 2. Remember, though, I want the actual equation. So you found the a value. To get that final point and get your full credit, y equals negative 2 parentheses x plus 2 squared plus 5. You want to write that final equation. I'll scroll it up so you can see. Yes, only the h and k, because you could use the x and y to find any other point.
Where do you get x plus 2?
Minus negative 2 is plus 2. And x is just says x.
Oh, okay.
You're just making the equation. You remember how we had y equals mx plus b, and we would just plug in the m and the b? It's the same concept.
Okay. Can you do one more, please?
I'm going to go through one of everything, and I'm happy to bounce back if I possible. Make it x plus 2 and the final
Is there
answer.
only going to be one of each of these problems on class?
Say that what?
Is there only going to be one of each problem?
Sorry, some of these might have 2,
Like,
but it will be based off these type of problems.
Are you okay?
whatever.
Now just drink some water while I was trying to answer.
Like, will this be a question, like, would you write that question on the test? Like that exactly?
Yeah. Well, it's different numbers, but yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
so that's not too bad.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. It's literally algebra 1 skill, just with bigger numbers. All right, this one, we're going to describe a couple of things. I did number 1 already. So number 2, we're going to describe the leading coefficient, the degree, and the end behaviors. So first off, we're going to talk about the leading coefficient. The leading coefficient is always connected to the biggest power of the variable. In this case, it's obviously, so this one, 7, is the leading coefficient. It is the number in front. So it's 7. Always connects to the biggest power of the variable.
If it was
So like in this one, it was the x cubed one, okay?
if it was like 7x plus 5x to the 12th, it would be
5x to the 12th will be the decider. So then the degree is the actual exponent of the biggest number, which is 11. So it's in the 11th degree. Yes. Basically. Now the end behavior. How do we decide the end behavior? It's like this. First, we look at the leading coefficient. I'll do this all red. The leading coefficient, we care if it's positive or negative. In this case, it is positive. 7 is positive. Now, the degree, we care if it's odd or even, which means it is odd. So it's a positive odd equation. A positive odd equation looks like x cubed, which is also a positive odd equation. Because it's positive and it's odd. No. You will see, you have to do the thing, yes. But I'm saying it's based off x cubed. I'm showing you why it's going to be based off x cubed. Everyone should know what x cubed looks like. That's squiggly. So it kind of looks like this, right? No. I get the cube because 11 is an odd number. If it was 1,000,000,001, it would also be cubed. It's an odd number. Yes.
What would happen if it's 12 instead?
Then it will be even and it will match x squared.
And if the 7 was negative, it would be negative x to the 3rd.
Yes. Okay. No. So this is the visualization of it. The answer is as x approaches to infinity, aka as x goes right. X goes right. Y is positive, which means y is going up. So also infinity. So this is, I just want to make sure, guys, this is just an extra way to say, I'm going right, I go up. So let's go the other way. As x goes to negative infinity, aka I'm going left,